Hey, it's Dan. Welcome back. This is IAllegedly, and I've got a good one for you today because I'm at the Pacific Airshow, and there is something to be said about a good lawsuit because last year they ruined this thing. They made it so that families could not come out here. This used to be one of the premier free events in Southern California that you could go to, and they closed off the entire public beach. The thing about this is you can't close off a public beach here in California. And if you've seen those videos of the woman in Laguna Beach that owns a house on the water that says, hey, don't sit in front of my house, she can't do that. Well, you're not allowed to do that here. So we got a lot to cover. And before I get into it, please don't forget to like the video as always. Hit the subscribe button. And today we have a sponsor, Chuck Norris. But let's get into it right now. Think about this. Yesterday we got the great job numbers. 254,000 new jobs were added, and it's absolutely amazing. Or is it? They anticipated there was going to be 159,000 jobs. Okay, great. 254. Blew it out of the water. Every single month, except for last month, the numbers have been revised down. So what they were expecting was, there's a helicopter here. What they were expecting was a mere 154, 149, they got 154. That's great. Now, here is the thing why this is complete nonsense. They're talking about being government jobs. They've had massive layoffs. You guys have seen, I mean, again, we could be the layoff channel. All I could do is talk about companies shutting down. I got a manufacturing textile company that's going to lay off 16,000 people. I got that this morning, and I can't verify it yet, so I'm not even really supposed to talk about that. It's just speculation that this is going to happen. But the point is that this is where we're at, this nonsense that everything's great. Think about this. I want you guys to understand this. This is where it's at, and this is where the problem lies, and that is in manufacturing. The Purchasing Manufacturers Index, PMI, is going down. There's more less manufacturing, much less manufacturing than normal. And if you look at this, this is where it gets staggering. Think about this. You've got it below 50%. They keep track of numbers, and it's broken down by 5 things, and I want to share this with you. It's new orders is 30%, production is 25%, employment's 20%, supplier deliveries is 15%, and inventories is 10%. This whole debacle is off below 50% right now. Okay, there's no manufacturing. When you look at diesel fuel, nothing is made. Nothing is being shipped. They just settled the port strike, thank God. But a lot of things like toilet paper that people were freaking out over, it's made domestically. You know, you could... This is the reason to stock up on everything. I had a friend over at the house, and she says, you know, you say you have all this stuff. Will you show me? And I showed her the stash of toilet paper and dry goods and food and water and everything. Holy cow. How long do you think you'd live here? I don't know, a year? If I had to, if I never left the house. The point is that that's what we need. So, guys, manufacturing's off. The index is below 50%, which means it is retracting. It means that there is not enough manufacturing right now. It means that people are not making things right now. And again, we've had this problem in the United States forever where we don't make things. And with that being said, we're supposed to believe that the job numbers went up and unemployment went down to 4.1%. It's complete nonsense. It's complete nonsense. So, waiting for the planes to come by. Let me know what you think about this. But again, guys, everything is off right now. We're going to see lies between now and Election Day, and it's going to be how great everything is. You can think anything you want, but what it's not is you live your life. You know that if you can sit there and you can come out and you can come to a free event over spending $55 on a ticket, you're going to take the free side. Now, that's the way it should be. You should have events like this that they're not just making money on. I'll show you guys the boats and stuff out there too. But let me know what you think about this so far. A lot of cool stuff to cover today. Planes coming by. I love all this stuff. You guys have asked for this. I'm glad to be back at the Pacific Air Show, and you haven't seen anything yet, so enjoy. One thing I get a kick out of is that people write me a lot and say, this is the Black Swan event. This is it. No, 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 no. It's this event. People thought that the port strike was going to be the Black Swan event that was going to destroy the economy. And nope, most likely it will. And it's going to take a couple weeks for this thing to get back to normal, to where goods and services are back and replenished the way that they're supposed to be. That's very true. Mark Spitznagel is a guy that has called these Black Swan events before, and he said you're going to see a Black Swan event in short order because of what's going on with the economy. He is what is known as a tail risk investor. And he says that we have seen all this euphoria in the stock market and it's finally going to end. But what is it going to be that's going to be the thing that's going to make it turn south and make everybody realize that the market is going to go upside down? Who knows? Again, people thought it was going to be the strike. It wasn't. Is it the hurricane? Who knows? You know, one thing that has been wild is that I've had a lot of people write me about controlled weather events and having, was the hurricane made stronger and things like that. All I know is that these poor people are out there suffering and we need help. And FEMA has no money. That is what's criminal right now, is that other people are taking over. And remember, I say this to you guys. Imagine having to remind the federal government that, hey, you guys need to save for a rainy day. Well, it's raining, guys. And we just had Hurricane Helene, and this is an absolute disaster, a true disaster that has a magnitude that they never thought. And the thing that's terrible about this, the thing that's awful about this, is that you haven't seen anything yet. The devastation and the amount of people that have died, you just touched on that, guys. So let me know what you think it's going to be. What's the Black Swan event that's going to come up? What's it going to be? Seriously. Let me know, because it's going to be the thing that's going to break the economy. Let me know. Let's talk about our sponsor, Chuck Norris. Chuck Norris is the legendary actor who has been in Hollywood for decades. And one thing that he has done is he has taken tremendous care of himself and kept in great shape. What he's learned, he said comes down to three things. And he made a video that he has shared with you. And if you go to chuckdefense.com/Dan, you can see this video that he made. Check it out today. Use the link below. But this has made it so that he can work out longer. He has more stamina. He can play with his grandkids. Check it out today. It's made an absolute huge difference in his life. But look at what Chuck Norris has done. Think about this. Belly fat, joint pain. Everybody thinks that this is just part of getting old, and it's not. So check out what Chuck Norris has done. Use the link below and go to chuckdefense.com/Dan. He says he feels like he did when he was in his 50s. It's made a huge difference for a guy that's in his mid-80s. Check it out today. Here's a good one for you. Elon Musk met with El Salvador's president, Bukele, and they talked about Bitcoin as something to solidify the economy. And he said, Elon did, that he feels that the United States is headed towards bankruptcy. Think about this. Our debt is growing as much as $275 billion a day. You guys, it's just ratcheting up higher and higher and higher. It is insanity right now that we're living through these crazy times when things can't be brought under control. The United States government had to draw down from its own purse strings $75 billion just to meet certain financial debts last week. And then you get told that there's no money for FEMA, and we're upside down, completely upside down. So will this be a bankruptcy? Will the U.S. go bankrupt? Who knows? Who knows? But I look at people that I have a lot of respect for, like Jeffrey Gundlach, who's known as the Bond King. Okay? And Jeffrey Gundlach sat there and said that he keeps seeing hamburger helper ads. And he hasn't seen hamburger helper ads since he was a kid. Well, I don't know if that's if Jeffrey Gundlach's watching regular TV right now. But the thing about this is that hamburger helper is something that's designed to take a half pound of hamburger and make it stretch further. So with that being said, Jeffrey's saying that you're having more and more families that cannot afford to eat right now. They cannot afford to make it through a week without some serious, serious help. What does that mean? You know, government assistance, one thing, but the fact that people are, can't budget to get through a week without using hamburger helper is crazy. And it's funny. I have a friend of mine, close friend, and he has somebody in his life that we nicknamed Hamburger Helper. Hey, so every time you're like, hey, how are you?
I'm watching you right here.
Oh, are you? You watching right there?
You.
Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate it. So, Hamburger Helper, we think of it as a joke because we reference this woman as Hamburger Helper. And people are having a difficult time right now. But don't worry, unemployment's down, your wages are up, everything's good. You can go buy a house today. Go buy a brand new car. It's chaos, guys. It's absolute chaos, and we're being lied to left and right. But finally, when the billionaires like Jeffrey Gundlach step forward and say, I think that this is bad, that's where you have a real problem. So let me know what you think about this so far. Corporate America is not the same right now. Think about this. Dell Computer has demanded that all corporate salespeople come back to the office 5 days a week. No exceptions. We don't care what role you are. We don't care if you're in management. We need a high-energy office of salespeople to come in and represent our brand. Bill Scannell, the CEO of the company, was saying, hey, listen, this is great. We all can work together, and it's going to be a great environment, but this is falling on deaf ears just like the Amazon thing does. I'm telling you, you don't think about this right now. You don't think that there's people that every now and then they work at Dell, they take their computer out and they go to a park or they go to some place like this. I can answer my emails. I'll just answer my phone calls later. You know what I mean? Yeah, they do that. So with that being said, Dell is demanding everybody back. Now the next one is the discount era at Spearline, which is hell. It was, I'm telling you, the worst flying experience of my life. And it was awful, absolutely awful. So, I'll share it with you sometime. But they have $3.3 billion worth of debt. Once again, what sucks about this is that just a few years ago, we spread $65 billion to all the airlines, and you can look up how much Spirit got. Spirit got some of that cash, and they just lined their pockets with it. They didn't fix the company. Now it's time to fix the company. How do you fix hell? How do you fix a garage sale? Oh, make it better? I have a friend of mine who says, I fly Spirit. I have a carry-on, and that's it. I bring nothing with me. Well, you can't bring your laptop? No. You don't want to bring anything extra. They'll charge you for it. They'll charge you for everything. Charge you for your luggage, charge you to buy a drink, charge you for everything. That's customer service, man. I don't want to go to a cattle car. Flying is bad enough. American Airlines sucks, okay? And Spirit is the bottom of the level. They were not allowed to merge with JetBlue, and it fell apart from there. And now they're completely debt-ridden, and now they may not make it. What do you guys think about this? Because I think you're going to see more and more airlines that are going to go out of business. But the fact that the Biden administration would not let them merge was insane. So let me know what you think about that. This is a great study that I found from Investopedia. Think about this, the American dream. What we all want. Everybody wants to be happy. You want to live a long, fruitful life. You want to own a home. You want to own new cars. You want to go on vacation. You want to retire, and then you want to get buried, okay? Now think about this. Retirement costs $1,599,000. Owning a car over your lifetime is $811,000 now, which is crazy. The wedding's 44 grand now if you want to get married to have a nice wedding. Raising 2 kids, $832,000 to raise 2 kids right now. Owning a home, $929,000. Pets cost $36,000. And it's only getting higher. Annual vacation is 179 grand, and your funeral is 8,400 bucks. The point of this is that the last time they did this study, it's gone up substantially, but it's also $1 million more than the average person makes in their lifetime, the average successful person. So again, everything is out of reach, guys. Everything is out of reach. You know, you've got to be able to enjoy yourself and have some new things in life, but do you make enough money to live that way? Most people don't. Most people don't get to go on a yearly vacation. You know, I have a friend of mine who owns a cruise company and truly has the best job in the world because he's on a cruise every month. And if you ever want to go on a cruise, this guy has been on that boat. And he can tell you, oh, yeah, the so-and-so room, you want to stay there because it's near this, it's near that. And you don't want to go to this port because of the hassle of taking the small dinghies to get to shore. Knows everything. That's the greatest job in the world. That's the guy that travels more than anybody I know. And he's a good guy, too. So let me know what you think about this. But that's outrageous. That chart is unbelievable. Let me know what you think about that. One of my proudest moments this year was convincing a family member to withdraw their deposit on a Rivian truck. Rivian just announced yesterday that their production is going to be a problem. They have a disruption problem of a shared component that they can't get right now. So instead of producing 57 cars over the course of a year, they're going to produce maybe 47 or 45,000 cars. But again, you're going to have delays in delivery, and you're going to have over 10,000 less cars being produced. Now, say what you want about Elon, but the guy produced 432,000 cars last quarter, and they're like, hey, man, that's really not that much. So there's that. What is a football team worth? The Miami Dolphins right now are in talks for a guy to be a minority owner of the Miami Dolphins. Joe Tsai owns a hedge fund and investment fund. He's a billionaire, and he's going to buy a minority stake, which would value the team at $6.1 billion for his minority stake. Isn't that crazy? For a football team, $6 billion now. I used to always say that I wanted to own the Angels and that I wanted to own that baseball team. And, you know, Disney bought it out from under me when I was a kid, and it just kept selling, and Artie Moreno now owns it and is running it into the ground. But now the Dolphins are worth $6.1 billion. Is that insane? Let me know, guys. I think that sports teams in general, they're just outrageous, you know? So let me know what you think about all this. I love stories like this. There is a great website called Motorbiscuit, and it covers everything with the car industry internationally. And one thing that came out of the UK that was just recently sent to me was, hey, do you want to look rich and not break the bank when it comes to your car? Well, you can get an Aston Martin. You can get an Audi. You can get a Maserati. Just get one that's about 10 years old, and you can get it for about 17 to 20 grand, and you'll look cool. You'll look amazing driving that car. The only problem is that you can get these older cars that are really nice. I saw a guy last year selling a Bentley for 40 grand, and I told you guys the story. He just did auto repairs on it before it sold for the $40,000, $24,000. Somebody just wrote me and said, yeah, I had my first BMW and got my oil changed, and it was $1,600 to get the oil change. That's the thing that people don't put pen to paper to. Your car is great, just don't use it. Don't abuse it. It's 10 years old. It's a 10-year-old car. and things are going to break. Everything breaks on a used car. Remember that. Eventually, you have to repair things, but you can look cool. You can look really cool. Look at my car. Okay? Again, you're with the wrong people. If image is everything, you have nothing. Remember that. And in this economy, you're going to see cars like that be given away as paperweights soon with a cup of coffee because of the desperation that people are getting to. Remember this, all the auto guys that write me tell me one thing, and that the auto auctions are getting newer cars over and over and over again. You're seeing newer model cars come out and being put up for auction. 18 months, people can't afford it. But they're getting returned back to the bank, getting repossessed, getting dropped back off. That's the other thing that my friend that worked at the bank years ago said, people would just drive the car to the front of the bank, walk into the teller and say, here are my keys. Okay, who are you? You got the car up front, you'll figure it out. I'm leaving, okay? So you're gonna see that again too. So let me know, but have you known anybody that's bought one of these cars to look cool? Read the story, because it's a great story, but the cars are really reasonably priced, but you've got a car that's going to be incredibly expensive to fix. Don't forget that. Just a couple things to finish this video. I hope you enjoyed this. First thing is General Motors had to close 2 factories in Flint, Michigan because of the hurricane. Well, wait a second. Flint, Michigan didn't get hit. No, their suppliers were in the path of the hurricane and they can't ship anything. And with that, it affects other industries. You're going to see other manufacturing that's going to be affected by this. This is just the first one. They're going to try to get it up as quick as they can, but they don't know how long it's going to be, but they're saying it's going to be at least 3 weeks. Now here's a warning for you guys. Think about this. If you play the lottery and you're in New Jersey, there is an unclaimed ticket from this year, March of 2024, for the big one, $1.124 billion. Somebody hasn't turned that in yet. Now, this could be coy, and this could be we're getting everything in order. Why would you wait this long? You know, so if you know of anybody that gambles and does that with the lottery, go out and remind them. Because guys like me, I play 2 things. I play 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and your birthday. Remember that. So I always play the same numbers, but they should check. If you know anybody that plays the lottery in New Jersey, make sure they don't have the ticket sitting in their drawer, because it's about to go back to the state, all the states that play Mega. And that is terrible, guys. We don't want that. You don't want that money being given back that way. You want it to go in some guy's pocket so he can benefit his family, because let's face it, you know, the old adage of our schools win too is complete nonsense, because you know they don't when it comes to that lottery money, and they spend it like fools, okay? Please do not forget to hit the like button. Please take a look at our private channel called IAllegedly Live. You can sign up below. We talk about the things you can't talk about other places. Big boy places, okay? So, check it out. Like, subscribe. Take a look at Bob Kudla's too. We got a bunch of cool stuff happening between now and the end of the year that I cannot wait to share with you guys. Always email me at hello@IAllegedly and let me know if there's anything you guys want to see. That's brand new. I'll see you soon.